Alright, so I finally got a chance to get away this weekend for just a quick overnight up at the Cheehaw Wilderness area just north of where I live here. And I thought it'd be a good time. I was getting my pack together and packing everything that I'm going to be using this weekend, and thought I would kind of go through that real quick with you. Kind of made a few changes to my pack, so I thought I would go through and show you what all I've got in here. As the weather's starting to warm up, not going to have the cold weather gear quite as much, but thought I'd go through it real quick and show you. I use the ULA Circuit is the pack. I've had this for a while, really like it. Kind of thinking about getting a little bit smaller pack. As you can see, this is the frame here, and I've got this pack for the weekend. Don't have food in here, but there won't be much food. So you see how much room I got left here at the top. So I'm thinking about a smaller pack for warmer weather trips. This works great for the winter, but I don't really need quite as much volume for the warmer weather. So let's run through this real quick. So this is my kind of my hygiene kit, toilet kit, the typical stuff. Got some medicines here, Aleve, ibuprofen, Tums, that kind of stuff. Got a little mirror in there and a little pair of tweezers in case I need. Typical toilet paper in white, toothbrush, toothpaste here. This is the Deuce of Spades poop trowel. And then I also have, I could probably lighten this up a little bit, but I'll get, if I do a lot of hiking in this warmer weather, I'll chafe a little bit. So I carry this Resinol. We use this with the kids when they were little for diaper rash. Have some little small thing of Body Glide here, some Doc Bronner's soap and a little tiny dropper bottle, and some hand sanitizer bottle, little tiny hand sanitizer bottle. For water, I've got this little blue bag here. It's the Sawyer Squeeze, and got one of these knock bottles. I don't know if you've seen them, but you can take a look online. They kind of unzip at the top and feel. It's a wide mouth deal. The threads fit the squeeze right there. Screws right on, easy to feel. Also have in here, and really I know it's some redundancy, but I've got this Be Free from Katadyn. I've watched a couple of videos recently where guys have had their squeeze flake out on them on the trail. So I'm carrying the Be Free in here as a secondary. I know it's kind of some redundancy, but it's only at 2 ounces, and I'll have that just in case. Spoon. This is a little wooden spoon I got off of Amazon a while back. I like the feel of this to eat with better than I do the titanium. I've got the titanium spoons too, but I kind of like this wooden one for now. It's pretty nice. Mora knife. I'm not sure which one this is. I think it's I don't know. It's one of the typical Mora carbon steel knives. I like this for bug repellent. It's called Natrapel. It's got Pickardin instead of DEET, 20% Pickardin. I picked this up on Amazon. I keep it in this little Ziploc just so it doesn't leak. Use that for bug repellent. I like it. Steaks, 6 titanium shepherd hook steaks, 4 for my tarp, 2 for my pullouts on the War Bonnet hammock that I use. This is a little repair bag in here. I've got, what do I got here? Some Amsteel continuous loops and an Amsteel dog bone, just in case I need to modify my hammock hang. I use a hammock, but I've got these in case I needed to make a change or extend the length of my straps or something like that. So I keep those in there. Got in this little bag, I've got an extra O-ring or 2 for my Sawyer Squeeze. I have lost an O-ring on the trail before, so I keep a spare O-ring in there. You can get those from Sawyer if you just shoot them an email or call them. They'll send them to you in the mail for nothing. I also keep a pair of earplugs in here, just in case I need those at night. And then I use these little square, I don't know if you can see them, these little square, they come on bread bags and bagels and stuff. These work great for hanging up clothes to dry on your ridge. Hanging out my socks and stuff on my ridge line. Keeps some wind from blowing them away during the day if they're drying. In this I've got little repair stuff, needle and thread, 3 or 4 zip ties, little micro zip ties, which are nice for a quick repair, and then some tenacious tape if I need to patch a tarp or something. So that's my repair kit. Bear bag, it's just a little orange bag with some Zing It or Lash It or whatever, and a small carabiner to hang my food with. Okay, so that's everything I got in that front mesh pocket. Here, a couple of smart water bottles is what I use for water. Nothing extravagant there. Fuel bottle. This is it's a little overkill, but it's an aluminum fuel bottle that I got from a guy who is a cardiac nurse, and they use this for some kind of anesthesia or something, and they just chunk these, but it's a lightweight aluminum bottle, good threads. So I carry my alcohol in here. It's overkill. I could do something lighter, but I kind of like that. Another smart water bottle. This is, I made this, and I'll let you take a look at it in a minute. It's a rain kilt that I'm going to use, a rain skirt, but it's going to double as my ground cloth as well. So I'll put this under my hammock to stand on. It's just something I sewed up real quick to keep the rain off. If it's not going to rain, I probably won't need it, but it'll work great for a ground cloth. So that's what I use under my hammock. Belt pockets here. I carry a few things. What do we have in here? Some chapstick, keep in there. A little compass, just in case. A little silver compass, in case I need that. Pack leash. This is actually some bow fishing string, kind of like a Zing It. It's spliceable, and a little Dutch hook, and a carabiner to hang my pack up in a tree. I carry this. This is a road ID. I used to wear these when I was road cycling a good bit. It's got my name and my birth date on there. What medicine I take a little blood pressure pill. That's on there. And then my wife, daughter, and son's cell number, just in case something happens and they need to call somebody and I'm unconscious. I wear that on my wrist while I'm hiking, especially when I'm by myself. Over here, I have a little Leatherman squirt PS4. It's the little pliers and a few little multi-tools. Nice to have just in case I need it. So I'm going with something different on my headlamp this year. I picked up a Nightcore NU25. It came with a different head strap, but I've swapped the head strap for this piece of bungee. It's a rechargeable headlamp. I don't know all the specs, but you can look it up. It's a Nightcore NU25. Plenty bright. It's got red light. I can recharge it off of my Anchor charger, which I'll show you. You know, it's got pretty decent runtime, different light modes. I like it. It only weighs an ounce with this little strap, so it's comfortable to wear. I've been wearing it around the house, trying it out. I like that. So that's what I'm going to go with for a headlamp this year. I am carrying a spare light. I know that's overkill, but this little Phoenix E05 weighs like an ounce, and I've got a little clip on it so I can clip it on. I wear a baseball cap of some sort. I can clip it on the bill, so I've got an extra light there if I need it. That's probably overkill as well, but so that's what I keep in the hip belt pockets. Dig in the pack. I'll run through what I got in here. So we got my tarp. This is Underground Quilt's penny pincher tarp. It's the 11-foot hex wide, I think is what they call it. Weighs right around 13 ounces. I'm giving that a try. It's a really good deal. It's like 80 bucks, 85 bucks, I think. Weighs about 13 ounces. Plenty of coverage for what I need a year. Cook kit. So my cook kit probably could go a little bit lighter, but just real quick I'll show you that. It's a Snow Peak. Got a little koozie that I put around it. It's a Snow Peak Solo pot. I think it's about 700 milliliters or so. I've had this for a while. With a lid. I've got a titanium windscreen that I made for it. And then inside I use Fancy Feast stove from Zelf. I've got a 1 ounce fuel bottle that I'll use to kind of measure my fuel. I keep a little sponge and a lighter in there, and a tiny little dropper with some Doc Bronner soap in there as well, very small. A little bandana, little heat shield for putting on the ground if I'm under the stove if I need to. And then this is actually the bottom of a Nalgene bottle. I can't remember what happened to it. Made me want to get rid of it, but I cut the bottom of it off. So I've got measurements here up to 16 ounces or 500 milliliters. So I use this as my cup, my coffee cup. It's plastic, so it doesn't get too hot to hold, easy to drink out of. I don't need the hot lips at the top. And it's a measuring cup as well, so that's handy for measuring water if I need to. This is a little, I think I got this from Ripstop by the Roll. It was a little DIY Dyneema Cuban fiber zip pouch. In it, I've got an Anchor 10,000 milliamp charger and a cable to charge my light, as well as I'll keep a cable in here to charge my iPhone. I keep an iPhone, I've got a 6S Plus, I think. So that all goes in here for my charging of my electronics. Let's see. Alright, inside my contractor bag to keep things waterproof, I've got clothes here. This weekend it's supposed to possibly get to the upper 40s, maybe 50, so I've got my Ghost Whisperer down jacket in here to put on in the evenings if I need it. Probably as the weather warms up, this will come out. I won't carry that much anymore. I've got a pair of tops and bottom thermals. I'll probably either ditch these or definitely go with a little bit lighter weight. I like to sleep in these at night. This is a Patagonia Cat 4 top and just some lightweight poly bottoms. I'll sleep in that. I just like it even until it gets really warm. I like to sleep in that. It's comfortable. Since I'm bald, this little Luke's ultralight fleece hat, after it gets a little bit warmer into the summer, I'll probably ditch that and just keep the ball cap on at night. But I'll keep it in there for this weekend. Extra pair of socks. Normally when it's a lot warmer, colder weather, I'll carry these thicker wool socks to sleep in at night. But since it's warming up, I carry these and I'll put these on to dry at night, but I'll also have them as a spare pair if my other ones get the dry ones at night. So that's what I'll do for clothes. My hammock is a Bonnet XLC Blackbird. I'm a big guy, 265-ish pounds. So this is a double 1.7. It's pretty heavy. I guess it's the heaviest one that Bonnet makes. I may try to look at a lighter weight hammock down the road, but for now I like the XLC. It's comfortable, and yeah, it's a little heavy, but I like to sleep in it. Quilts. This is an Apex 2.5 Apex lightweight, kind of a summer quilt, top quilt. It's pretty. It should easily get me to 50, maybe 50, 55 or 50. If it gets any colder than that, I'll go back to this other quilt here. This is a down throw that I made a quilt out of from the Costco down quilts. This will get me down into right around 40, maybe a smidgen under there if I wear my jacket and stuff. This one probably closer to 50. But these two I kind of swap back and forth. Once it gets warm, once we get in the summer, this is all I'll carry. Probably even may even go with like a bag liner, silk bag liner when it really gets warm in the summer. But this is fine for now for a top quilt. Under quilt. For an under quilt, I've got this. It's an Apex 2.5 under quilt. Should also do me into the. I may go with a different underquilt this weekend. Once the weather gets warmer in the summer, this is plenty, but it might be a little bit, since it may hit upper 40s, I might go with my Greylock 3, which is here. This is my Greylock 3 quilt. The reason I've got them out, I'm kind of going back and forth before which ones I'm going to take this weekend. But when the weather gets warm, this one is what I'll take. It weighs about 10 or 11 ounces. Give or take, so that's definitely the warm weather stuff. Food or water in here, that varies just depending on what kind of mood I'm in. I'll be hiking in probably this weekend. I'll be in these Lone Peak by Ultra. These are the mid Lone Peak Ultra Lone Peak 3.5s. These are the mid height. I'm trying out the mid height ones. I'll probably hike in these this weekend, maybe. I also have the Ultra Superiors. These are starting to be worn out. I've ordered another pair. I might hike in these since I'm not going to be going very far. Dirty Girl gaiters that I wear with my shoes. I'll probably be hiking in just this Columbia shirt. I don't know which one it is, one of the Omni Shade lighter Columbia shirts, and then a pair of zip-off pants. I think these are ex officios, yeah. So I'll probably be hiking in those. When the weather warms up, I'll probably hike in just some running shorts. Like I said, I've got some dry fit Nikes or these little Umbros or something like that. I also got this shirt that I'll use in the summer. This time it's from Columbia. It's the Omni Freeze. It's made out of some material that's supposed to really keep you cool when it gets damp. I like it. I'm going to hike probably in that some this year. And a buff is another thing I normally use. And a baseball cap or some kind of cap like this. Another thing I picked up, won't be using it on this trip, but it's a War Bonnet rain jacket. It's called a War Bonnet Stash. I got this right around Christmas. It weighs 6.2 ounces in the stuff sack. And it's made out of the same stuff they make their tarp out of, so no, it doesn't breathe. But it's a great little rain jacket. Nothing fancy, no pockets, but it's got a hood. Not much of a reinforcement around the top of the hood, but it does have a layer of fabric there that gives it a little shape. Nothing fancy, no drawstrings or anything. The zipper comes up pretty good, up to the collar. Pit zips that are huge. Pit zips run from like almost your elbow to middle of your side on both sides, two directions. I've used it in some light rain, been great. So that I won't use it this weekend, but that's something I'll use if it's going to be rainy when I'm hiking. But that's another piece of gear. All around, base weight, as long as I go with the lighter quilts, is around 12 pounds, give or take, without food and water. But that's what I'm taking this weekend. Hope you found this useful. Got any questions or whatever, just stick them in the comment. And you guys have a good day. See ya.